Hi and welcome. Today what we're going to do is some really cool finger picking. We're going to combine some different ideas, okay? So we're going to take one of the most common strumming patterns ever, turn it into a finger picking pattern, and we're going to do some really cool stuff with a lovely chord progression and then add in some little riffs and fills and licks, okay? So it's going to be a really cool finger picking lesson. So if you ever want to spice up a song and you think it's just a boring strumming song, then watch this. Or if you play a finger picking song and you think, I'd like to add a bit more, then watch this, okay? So basically, the first thing we're going to do is take an idea from my brand new course. It's called the Finger Picking Bootcamp. Okay, it's a really cool course. It covers a lot of stuff in 21 days and way beyond. Okay, but one of the lessons is taking the ultimate rhythm. Now, there is a rhythm out there that a lot of people strum, and it's this. You probably know it. It's down, down, up, down, up. That's that rhythm it often gets called by. Okay, I call it the ultimate strum pattern because it's just the ultimate pattern. It's so commonly used, it's so popular, and it's really, really flexible. But you know, if you just strum that all the time, it can be a bit boring. And what we can do, and this is one of the things I talk about in one of the days of the course, in just one little snippet, is taking that rhythm and turn it into a finger picking pattern. So we take a G chord. You can, instead of strumming it, which is down, down, up, down, up, what we can do is pick it instead. Okay, and we can take that rhythm and pick it, you know? Straight away we get something that's a little bit more melodic, but it's still got that groove, that rhythm still. You've still got that da 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 da, which is a nice groove, but finger picking it is really cool. So what am I doing there? Well, I'm playing a G chord. When you're finger picking, one of the cool things as well is that you don't always need to fret all the strings, so you can use partial chords, which is good for the fretting hand. So all I need to do here is put any finger, I'm using my middle finger on fret 3 of the low E string, and I'm just doing this. Okay, I'm plucking the low E, then the open G, open B. I'm plucking that open B a bit louder, and then I'm plucking the G, then the D, and then the G. Okay, thumb on the low E, index G, middle B, then index G, thumb D, index G. So try that with me after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there you have it, okay? Very simple. Slowed it down at the end intentionally. I like to do that when I'm finishing a piece just for dramatic effect. But that isn't really a piece, that was just one chord. So let's apply it to a chord progression. G, E minor, C, D. Okay, so you can take that, do one bar of each like this. And then you can repeat. It's really cool, it's a classic chord progression, the 50s chord progression. The 1, 6, 4, 5, okay, if you're using Roman numerals, which is really good for understanding theory and chord progressions. But you know, that's the basic of it, okay? So what you can do is play that with me. We'll do 2 bars of each chord, just to give you a bit of breathing space for the fretting hand, nice and slow. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what you can do after that, which I'm going to show you now, is do some little fun stuff, especially on the D chord at the end. I call these riffs and pumps. It's one where you just add some spice and pizzazz. You don't just play the same thing over and over. Usually in a song, particularly people like James Taylor would do it really well, Tommy Emmanuel do it really well, where there's no singing or where there's a vocal break, you can really spice up the guitar playing and do a bit more. And that's what we're going to do here. So have a listen to this and I'll show you what it is. Okay. Okay, and then you can end it there or go back to the G. So what did we do there? Well, there's a couple of little cool things that I did there. Okay, we did 2 bars on the G, but instead of doing the same 2 bars, we changed a little treble note on the B string for the second bar. So the first bar was the G chord, 3rd fret of the low E, with the open B. Second bar, I added my ring finger onto the 3rd fret of the B. Just changes up a little bit of subtle melody. Okay? minor, just did the first bar as normal. Then the second bar, added that note on, 3rd fret of the B string, again for an E minor 7. Okay, so the E minor. The C, first bar as normal. Then I did the pinky on 3rd fret of the B string for the second bar. Again, subtle change in melody. Then when we got to the D, did the first bar as normal. You know, whatever you want to do on that D, really. And then a little bit of a fill at the end, okay? So the first bar of the D was normal. And then it was, I did my pinky on to 3rd fret high E, did a pull off to the 2nd fret of the high E. I did that with the open D string as well. That's the first beat. Then you got the B string, then the G string. Fretting hand hasn't moved apart from that initial pull off. Okay, then I did a pull off from the middle finger to the open while keeping the chord stationary. And then the B, then the G. So you can break that last bar up into 2 halves if you like. Pull off from fret 3 to fret 2 on the high E with the open D. And then pluck B, then pluck G. I want to practice that on its own. And then it's just the same idea for the second half of that bar where we did fret 2 to fret 0 on the high E, pull off. And then the B, then the G. And then all together. Really nice. It's a little bit James Taylor inspired. I love that sort of thing where you're just filling in the gaps and then you put it all together. But there's loads of stuff you can do on the D. You don't just have to do that. You can do a bit of a strum. That sort of thing. Adding those notes onto fret 3 of the high E for the D sus4, the D, then taking that note off on the high E for the open high E for the D sus2. You know, loads of little flavours there. So when you're finger picking, you can throw in a little bit of strumming here and there. But let's try that idea all together, okay? So have fun and let's give it a go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then repeat if you want, okay? But like I say, you can have loads of fun with that D chord. Even if you want, you could do some little embellishments on the second bar of each chord as well, okay? So instead of doing the 2 bars of G like we just did, you could do the first bar of G like this. And then if you got space in the music to do it, then do the second bar of G, you know, with a little embellishment if you want. So first bar, and then second bar, something like that. And then the E minor, normal first bar. Bit of a strum there, C. A little bit of a slidey idea, D. And then put it all together. There you have it. Totally improvised that at the end there, but it's a bit of fun. I really enjoy doing that sort of stuff, and it's just jamming, it's just freedom. It's enjoyable, okay? You've got this template of the chord progression, and you've got this template of the picking pattern, and it's kind of like, okay, what do I do now? I'll put them together, bang, okay, great, that's really, really good. That's beginner stuff. You want to be able to just play the pattern with the chord progression, because that will unleash the ability to play loads and loads of songs and have lots of fun. But then after a while, you think, well, what do I want to do? I want to spice it up. I want to add these little flicks, these little embellishments, these chord tones, these fills, these rhythmic ideas. And then you can get really passionate and just go and have loads of fun. You don't need a trillion chords. You don't need a trillion ideas. You just need a solid foundation to build on. And then you can add on all these really exciting things. And that's what I talk about in the Fingerpicking Bootcamp. It's 21 days where Every day I'll give you a new lesson on a new idea at different levels. So if you're a beginner, you got level 1 when you just do that. And then you got level 2, and some of them have level 3, so you can advance. And the idea is that you go through the 21 days. You don't have to do them all in one day. In one go. You don't have to do them like consecutively. You can have a break. But the idea is that you come back and use them, and you develop, and each time you go through the course. Okay, so you do more and you improve as you go through each time. But then all these different ideas are there just to give you all these tools in your toolbox to be able to create all this beautiful music and have loads of fun. And you know, the bonuses is where we really go to town putting all these different ideas together. So it's a hell of a lot of fun. You can really enjoy yourself when you're playing. And one of my things that I want to do is give you the freedom to express yourself musically and just have loads of fun. And you know, for a short time you're going to get a free copy of this, the spiral bound version of Fingerstyle 101 as well. It's not available anywhere else. Amazon don't do these spiral bound versions, not on their like print and demand service, so you can't get this on Amazon or anywhere else, but you can get it here and I'll deliver it for free. Not me personally, but you know, I'll get the postman to do it for me and deliver it for free just for getting this course. So there you go. Hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers. Bye bye.